Hello, my name is Bilal and my group partner is Ansar Aziz. Our topic is to use hashing algorithm, Bcrypt and Scrypt in this course project. Before starting the project, in our initial project proposal, we decided to select password management as vulnerability to prevent password from being hacked, so decided to use hashing. As hashing is appropriate for password validation and algorithm we decided to use was Bcrypt at that time. As I decided to use Bcrypt hashing algorithm, so decided that I will be coding in Python language. So I will need to use pip install command to download Bcrypt module. Then we'll need to learn methods that are used by this algorithm such as gensol, hash, pw, which have parameters, password and sold. After this, I will write my code to hash password using Bcrypt algorithm. Then we'll show how I change plain text password into hash password. The outcome of this project is that we will be able to hash our password, which will prevent our password from being hacked. However, when I started this project, uh, I I learned that Bcrypt was very simple and had few lines of code. So I decided to understand what a script hashing also does and implemented a script algorithm as well. I will start with what is hashing. Hashing is the process of using an algorithm to map a data of any size to fixed length. This is called hash value. Whereas encryption is two-way function, but hashing is only one-way function. While it technically possible to reverse hash a value, the computing power required to make it unfeasible. While encryption is meant to protect data and transmit hashing is meant to verify that the data hasn't been altered and it is authentic. What is bcrypt? Bcrypt hashing function creates a hash and sold the password for us using strong cryptography. The computation cost of the algorithm is parameterized, so it can be increased as computer gets faster. The computation called is called work factor or cost factor. It slows down the hashing, making brute force attempts harder and slower. The optimal cost factor changes over time as computers get faster. The downside of high cost factor is increased load on system resources and affecting user experience. Solved. Salt is to add a random value as the input of hash function to create unique hashes for every input. Salt is added to make password hash output unique even for user adopting common passwords. Implementation. First, what how we implemented Bcrypt algorithm. First, we installed Bcrypt library using pip install Bcrypt in CMD. After that, we created a hash password using Bcrypt and also added salt, which used function gensol to add salt and hash pw which have parameter password and salt. Now I will share the code that I have done of Bcrypt and explain it. uh, First, we needed to import Bcrypt, and then I declared two passwords, password and password one. First password was hey Bilal is here, and second was hey. Then I using GenSalt, I generated salt for this password, and then use Bcrypt hash VW where I use password one or password and salt. Hash value is created with hash o function. After that, I printed password salt and then password which was hashed. And to check it, I checked it with check pw check pw so it match password is same because in this case I am using password and I have created hash for that. If I have written over here password one and so it would have said does not match. Now I will run the code and show you the output of this. As you can see, the password is hi Bilal is here. After sold it as edit, it is this, and hash password is it, which makes it unique. And to check it, I can see that password is the same. After this, now I will talk about Scrypt. Scrypt is password-based key derivation function created by Colin. Scrypt should be configured properly when used in legacy systems. Scrypt is slow by design key derivation function designed to create strong cryptographic keys. Simply put, the purpose of the Scrypt hash is to create fingerprint of input data, but to do it very slowly. A common use case is to create a strong private key from a password where the new private is longer and more secure. A new way was needed to compact parallel attacks. So this is where the script password-based key derivation functions come in. It is strong cryptographic key derivation function. It is memory incentive, and script algorithm takes several input parameters such as n, which tell us iteration counts, r, block size, p for parallelism factor, password, and the input password that we give the source securely generating random bytes and drive key length, how many bytes to generate as outputs. Implementation Implementation was first we installed a script library using pip install, and we also needed to install py script library using pip using it. We wrote code in Python to derive a key from a password using a script algorithm. After a script package was successfully installed, we wrote the code to calculate a script hash. We choose smaller number for iteration count, and it was done to increase the following example execution speed. If we have given a larger value, it would have taken more time. Furthermore, to calculate a script function, it took several input parameters: the password, the soul, the iteration count, block size for the iteration. Now I will uh, show you the code and explain it. We imported Bcrypt library for the this algorithm. Then we generate salt value. After that, we gave the password here. After that, we use the key which have all the parameters that are needed for this hash function hashing password salt and all the other parameters. And then in end we got the drive key using key.hex, and as you can see, if I run it, it takes some time and then I get the derived key from it, which shows my password is hashed. And a script is to be used is used when you need to configure properly. A script is really high secure KDF function, and you can use it for general password to key derivation algorithm when encrypting wallet files or app password. Thank you.